Hello and welcome to Fill 210. All right, we're on the landing page, which again you can tell because of the graphic in the center. We scroll down, we have our land acknowledgement. And then if we continue scrolling down, we've got term paper instructions update. Excuse me. That is to help with understanding the term paper. We're going to talk about the term paper a little bit in depth here. If you look at handouts, we have research papers and presentations. We've got the APA format. If you select that, you will find, enabling editing, that it is an APA 7 student pre-formatted paper. It's very basic though. You still have to put in your own work. You'll note the only reference we have is to Purdue OWL online. You can follow that link. Purdue is our go-to space for understanding research. Okay. We also have an example of a nicely written paper by AI. You do not, I repeat, do not get to have AI write your paper for you. However, we'll look at that, an example of what a paper might look like. And then we will also look at if you turn this in, I will ask you to resubmit paper. That is another one that is here. We have a clarification of the week 6 quiz, a priori versus a posteriori, that might prove useful for those of you still completing week 6. And then we have also coming up here, our view at week 7. There's a quiz this week. There are also various handouts about colonialist ideology, concept clarifications, basic art and design vocabulary. We also have a video about the origins of racism and warning. It is very difficult, but we watch it because I think it's well made and it it describes the origins of an extremely dangerous, horrific, hurtful, harmful, I would say evil idea, a concept that has caused trials and tribulations for the entire planet for far too long. Okay, we have Linda Twighe-Smith's decolonizing methodologies, which we've been working through in the last few weeks. There's a video version of the colonialist ideology slideshow. There is the Neo-Meet Rene Descartes Cartesian skepticism, and 5 tips to improve your critical thinking. Now, that's I think an important one because you might find those 5 tips in some future exam or quiz. We also have helpful library links. We have drafting a term paper. If you're really having trouble drafting, this might be a good exercise to try. It's 3 or 4 years old, but it's still very useful. And we have term paper requirements. That's quite old. If you're going to look to term paper requirements, let's move. I would say go to instructions and useful resources, which is right here. That's probably the most useful thing that is that there. And then the other types of information that I was talking about, quick transcriptions, Boolean search terms. But probably even more direct than that is you will have already been looking at things like the assignment instructions, which are listed under handouts in the main page. And if you look there, right above it, you have term paper instructions update. And so that would be very helpful to you if you are just interested in that. You also have the term paper requirements form that you can open and consider. All right, let's get on to our assignments. Over at assignments, we have scrolling down the page to week 7. Uh, Asynchronous has to deal with essentials. Let's look at that. What would you take? What would you leave behind? Topic. Okay. Back to week 7. And so that is the primary form that has to be done. And then also under assignments, there's one other assignment. There's a quiz, and we're going to open the quiz and take a look. All right. Quiz 7. Okay. So for you, let's go to this test builder and let's preview the test. Now for you, please share what you like or do not like about the course. Please be honest. It will make the course better. We're heading to midterm, and at midterm, this is really for asynchronous online, the basic way that I know if I'm doing the best job I can for you as an instructor. So that is a good space to be honest with me. There's also the formal heritage, uh, online heritage uh, evaluations process, and you should be able to see that too. Okay. Purdue's Online Writing Lab updated their APA 7 style guides. They are currently a go-to resource for free information about how to format an APA 7 standard. That one is true. Let's scroll down. Please select the primary online resource available to students, which indicate the due dates for assignments, what the weekly objectives are and the assignment requirements are, and they give options of the week by week menu at the left of the screen, the list of assignments under coursework at the left of the landing page at MyHeritage, the course syllabus listed under syllabus on the left side menu, and I would say all of the above. Okay. Uh, Things students need to be ready to discuss next week include uh, research paper thesis, research paper outline, a list of references, questions, all the above. And I'm going to be actually adding a special online virtual version of a conference for you to address some of those issues so I can get a sense of how things are going in the development of your term paper. In addition to the resources listed at the course My Heritage page and at Purdue's online writing lab, what other resources are available to help Heritage students with completing research papers? Please select which of the following are helpful resources for students. And we have Heritage's North Library staff, Heritage's North Library online resources, EBESCO host databases, RefWorks, bibliographic resource management, interlibrary loan requests, instructor's office hour, and Heritage's Academic Skills Center. I would say all of the above. What subjects from the readings make sense to you? And do you know what? I actually have altered that a little bit. So let me take us to a different space. That question, by the time you're taking it, will probably look slightly different. Let's go there now. You will probably see, scrolling down the page. Mhm. Okay, test filter. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's- Okay, what subjects from the readings, notes, slideshows, handouts, and videos so far this term are making sense to you? What sections do not make sense? Can we take time to clarify, or rather, we can take time to clarify any of the course material that is confusing. So please list a minimum of 2 course-related questions to consider during group think. It's not really discussions. It's going to be us having, again, the exam process. So, yeah, okay. That's a different thing altogether. Then, let's look at the last. Please write what you found helpful or not helpful about this review process. Well, if you get to this right away, you're probably thinking, what group think? Yeah, we don't really have that in our asynchronous course. So, but I will still want to hear about the content material. So I'll be updating that question for you. In fact, I think I'll do that right now. Let's go back to looking, and even though this is a different course section, the part I'm going to look at is the same. Week 7, and we have our handouts, like I said, and so you have to go through all this material and look through it. You do not have to look at all of the drafting and research information that's available, but don't forget Cartesian skepticism, and it's dealing with issues of what is real and will be quite useful to you. Now let's look at week 8. Week 8 is technically the midterm week, and we're going to be looking at Carl Sagan's Baloney Detection Kit, Basic Art and Design Vocabulary. We're going to be looking at what is visual art. I can't show that with you in this context, but you can look at that on your own. The midterm's going to be open, so you can complete it at your leisure. There's visual literacy, personhood, why people fall for misinformation, can you outsmart a troll, and again, a link to Purdue OWL. All right. I appreciate your time and attention. And this is just a little thing I'm going to try to start doing every week because it does seem odd not to have this kind of interpersonal interaction in synchronous time. And again, I'm going to gather your questions together and I'll do a Q&A like this. So when I modify that question in the quiz for groupthink, what I'm really going to do is respond to your frequently asked questions. Okay, thank you so much. We'll see you again soon.